What's going on, guys? Today we're just gonna talk for a while. We're gonna talk about, let's see, I don't really have anything specific I want to talk about, so we'll just talk about what do you want out of life. I know what I want out of life, and for a long time, it's almost like I self sabotaged because I guess I've gotten things in the past that I wanted or I thought I wanted, and once I got it, it was like the thrill was gone. So it's kind of like in order for me to keep that excitement about what I said I wanted, I prolonged the time it took to achieve it. I know it doesn't really make a lot of sense, but it's true. I think a lot of us do that. We put roadblocks in our way either because we don't feel like we deserve it, or we don't think we actually can do it, or we know once we get it, what's next? You're thinking, like, okay, if I put this in front of me and I say I want this and I achieve this, what comes after this? And for some, not having something to do or not having a purpose or something to strive for, we kind of prolong it. Kind of like house chores. You know you need to fold the clothes up in the basket, or you know you need to wash a load of clothes or whatever, but you keep putting it off. Probably because you're just lazy, you don't want to do it. But it also could be because once you do it, like for me, as long as I know that there's something to be done, no matter how much time I waste, it gives me direction. I know eventually I'm going to get it done. I'm going to get to it, and that gives me some kind of sense of purpose. But I want to talk about real purpose, like real things, like being financially free, being to where you can basically map out your life, how to achieve that, how to get to those levels to where you you are the master of your destiny. You're the creator of your destiny. So to get to that point, you have to answer the question, what do I want? And you have to be very specific with it. And once you become very specific with it, you have to keep it up here. You have to keep that thought. Whatever is going to cultivate that idea into reality, you have to keep it right here, right at the forefront. You wake up in the morning, when you go to bed at night, you got to focus. And with focus comes discipline. You got to be disciplined to focus. You got to have focus to discipline. You can't have one without the other. But you definitely need to know specifically what you want to achieve. And once you know that, you just work for it. You work. And you can set small goals, or you can set, it's good to start off with bite-sized goals so you can get the feel of how it feels to achieve or to set out to do something and actually do it. So get those little mini victories under your belt before you jump off a ledge into things of being, like into the things of like having riches unforetold. You don't want to jump right to that and fail because you never really finished anything before. So it'd be kind of delusional to think, coming from a standpoint where you never finished anything, to believing that you can put this big goal in front of you and say, hey, I'm going to achieve that. It's kind of delusional. So I wouldn't tell you to do that. I wouldn't suggest that. But make sure we're still recording. But just put bite-sized things you want to achieve. And the thing about it, guys, that you have to understand is that the mind is powerful. It's a tool, but it's not you. It's a tool for us to use. We use our mind to achieve, to do things we want to do, to help others, to create, to build, to grow, to cultivate. We use the mind as a tool. Our body is our vessel. That's what we use, within using the tool, which is the mind, and the mind instructs the body, so forth and so on. You have to have a strong connection between your thoughts, your emotions, your energy, and your body. It has to be strong, and it has to be in alignment. You can't have one area stronger than the other. Like, it has to be a balance. And a lot of us are, is it unbalanced? Yeah, let's just say unbalanced or misaligned, or anything where it's not balanced. A lot of us are not there because we maybe hasn't been put in those terms, those four things, or maybe out of ignorance, out of selfishness, out of whatever the case may be, we haven't channeled all our attention to those areas. And I guarantee you, once you focus your attention on those areas and you make sure that each and every one of those areas is present and accounted for, I guarantee you things will start changing in your life. The law of attraction will come into being, will come into fruition, and you will see things clearer. You'll see things as they are versus whatever paintbrush you're using to paint this false reality that you may or may not be living in. But once you can see things as they are, some people look at a tree and they see a house, or they see wood, or they see a ramp, or a boat. They don't actually see the tree. They see what they can do, how they can utilize. They don't ever just take time out and just bask in the presence of the tree, which really makes our life so convenient. From the oxygen that we breathe, from the shelter that it provides, from the tools that we use the tree to create. We get caught up in our own, I guess, selfishness, like as far as what we can get from it, instead of just seeing it as it is. But anyway, when you have those things aligned, you'll notice that you'll be a much more focused person, a focused individual. You'll notice that your focus would go through the roof, and it won't be the kind of focus where it's an aggressive or an anxious kind of, I got to stay with it because if I stop it, I'm not going to be able to finish. No, it's going to be a nice, calm, peaceful, focus and existence, and everything's just. I mean, I can't really explain it because you have to live it. You have to live it. You have to be it. You have to nurture it. You have to want it. That should be the first thing you want, is just to have an equilibrium, a balanced equilibrium as it pertains to your life. But those four things, your thoughts, your emotions, your energy, and your body, they all have to be in alignment. You can't have a thought, but your emotions keep pulling you away from that thought. So you keep going back. You keep changing your mind. You don't know. You're confused. You let the situation that you may be in dictate your emotions, which dictates your thoughts, and it just becomes a hoopla of confusion. You don't want that. That's why you have to know exactly what you want to achieve and plant that seed in your mind. And then no matter what emotions that may arise from that, you got to keep that thought. And from those thoughts, it's going to turn into actions. And those actions are going to turn into your reality. And sooner or later, your emotions are going to say, whoa, okay, this person is serious. I got to get with the program. And you're going to find so much reward and so much, you're going to be pleased with the fact that you're creating your thoughts. And your thoughts are leading to your actions, and you're pleased with your actions, so your emotions are going to line right up, and your energy is going to be through the roof, because you're going to know whatever you set out to achieve, whatever you set out to do, you're going to do it, because you've already proven it to yourself. And just by self-awareness, and just notice how your mind works, notice how the stressors in your life, or how you deal with controversy or situations that you're not comfortable with, just pay attention to those things. And once you shine a light on those things, you can see the solution within the problem. You'll see exactly, okay, when this happens, I feel this way. Ask yourself, why do you feel this way when that happens? Well, if this happened to me such and such, and I've just been holding on to that baggage. Okay, well, now that you know you're holding on to it, what are you going to do now? I'm going to let it go. How do you let it go? By each time that you feel that way, you acknowledge it, you shine a light on it, but you don't let it control your emotions. Like, you don't let it dictate what you're going to do after that. Whatever you set out to do, you just keep going. So even when that emotion arises where normally you would have stopped or quit or went back, whatever, you keep going and you keep shining a light on it, and you keep acknowledging when it happens, but you do not give no power to it. Before you know it, you don't let go of it. Now you done moved on to a new chapter in your life. And that's how you're gonna grow, and that's how you're gonna just be so in tune with yourself, and you're not gonna fight yourself no more. You're not gonna be fighting your thoughts, you're not gonna be fighting what you perceive to be resistance. I used to call myself a fighter, or I hustle, or I grind. Man, like with anything, you're gonna burn yourself out. So why am I going to fight against something that I'm creating, that I'm holding on to? Like, why am I gonna hold this baggage in my hand and fight it? I'm fighting this. No, I don't want to do that no more. No, I'm just gonna say, you know what? I'm holding it. I'm the one that has power. It doesn't have power over me. I have power over it. You know what? I'm letting it go and keep it moving. And that's what I'm gonna do. So that's the whole thing about asthmatic. It's about fitness, because I truly believe that we are spiritual beings having a human experience, instead of the opposite of being a human being having a spiritual experience. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. So because of that, I'm here in this body. This is the only body I can live in while I'm here, for however long I'm going to be here. So I need to take care of it. So fitness is definitely at the top of my list, because as long as I'm here, I want to be healthy. I want to be fit. I want to look good. I want to feel good. I want to be good. I am good. I want to feel how I want to look how I feel on the inside. So if you see me and I'm downtrodden and I look like I'm downtrodden, I want you to come over and say, "Hey, man, you know, that's your temple. You need to take care of that." And then that's going to make me say, how do I take care of this body? Well, first, before I can take care of the body, I must take care of my mind, my thoughts, my emotions, my energy. What am I projecting out to the world? I need to take care of that inner stuff before I work on the external things. You see what I'm saying? Is it starting to make sense? So once you start focusing on your thoughts, your emotions, your energy, and then the body, everything's going to work in your favor. And it's not going to be out of, let me hurry up and see what I can get out of this. No, you're going to know that whatever you have, or whatever you want, or whatever you find, wherever you find yourself, you're going to know that you put yourself there. So it could be there to learn. It could be there just, or it could be the fact that you know that you put yourself there and you can appreciate it and enjoy it. But either way, you're going to know that you are the creator of your destiny. You are the author of your book. Whatever book you leave behind, there's no co-writers. You are the writer. You designed the script. You wrote the script. You lived out the script. It's all yours. So the glory is yours. You understand? And we can share in each other's glory. But at the end of the day, I can't take responsibility for yours, and you can't take responsibility for mine. You have your story. I have my story. He has his story. You understand? So just knowing that, it just should bring a smile to your face, that you don't have to follow in anyone's footsteps. Like I put down, like I read a lot of material, but I don't read a book from start to finish. I'm the kind of person, I'm really in tune with my emotions. And like with eating, I only eat until I'm full. Once I'm full, even if I have more food on the plate or I could eat more, I don't. So just like with learning or reading, I only read just enough to feel until I'm full. And then I'm going to go out and apply. I'm going to go out and make it happen. I'm going to go out and try it. And if it doesn't work for me, I scrap it. I don't try to make it work. I'm not out here trying to make anything work. Either it works or it doesn't. So I'm not so caught up in what the world says is great or this is good and it's guaranteed to work. I'm only caught up in what works for me. Not what works for you, but what works for me. So I'll try different things using common sense, of course, but I'm not going to automatically just try to make it work because everyone else says it should work fine or it should be great. This is the greatest thing. No. What's great for you might not be great for me. But anyway, I digress. But what you want to do is take those things that are available, like books, mentors, teachers, educators, and take that information. But you don't want to just take in all kinds of information. You don't want to get all your information from the same place. You want to take advantage of those materials, but at the same time, know that it's your choice. This is your life, and nothing can make or break you but you. That's why it's so important to be self-aware. It's so important to achieve self-mastery, or at least every day of your life, strive for self-mastery. Strive to understand every little thing about yourself. Know everything about yourself before you go out and try to learn things about the world or other people or study this animal or this planet or whatever. You should know more about yourself than you know about any other creature in the world external to yourself. And that's what asthmatic is. So fitness is definitely huge, but it's deeper than that. It's all going to, like, being around me, working with me, working with the other individuals in asthmatic fitness. It's gonna be a holistic thing. It's not just gonna be lose weight, feel great, which is one of my slogans. You're gonna lose weight, you're gonna feel great, but you're not only gonna feel great because the weight's gone, not just the physical weight, but the weight and the pressures that we allow to pollute our minds. That's gonna be gone also. That's gonna be the biggest things that's gonna open you up to receive all the world has to give you and all you have to give the world. You understand? So once you get all the pollutants out your body, physically and mentally or spiritually, you're going to be more equipped to go into the world and know I am whatever I want to be. I don't have to put a title or a label on myself. Labels imprisons you. I don't want no labels on me. So I don't subscribe to no religion, no creed. I don't want to get too deep into that today, but I just don't. I live my life as I see fit, and I suggest you do the same. But that doesn't mean that we can't help each other along the way, because we are put here to build relationships and we're stronger together. But at the same time, I'm no God, meaning I'm not going to tell you what's right or wrong. That's for you to decide. Whatever you eat, it's for you to decide. Whatever you don't eat, it's for you to decide. That's you. And just don't listen to people when they try to tell you exactly what's right for you. Because I can only speak from my experiences, and I hope my experiences help others. But at the same time, if you would have told me this 10 years, if I would have told me this 10 years ago, I'd be like, dude, get out my face with that crap. That doesn't, because my mind was so polluted with so many creeds and rights and wrongs and laws and religion and this and what it is to be a man, what it is, all these different things. Not saying that those things were wrong, but I didn't have a clear understanding. I just took what other people told me and I ran with it and tried to apply it to my life. Some areas it worked, most areas it didn't. I didn't agree with it. My spirit didn't agree with it. But intellectually, I agreed with it. Intellectually, saying like, okay, it makes sense. Everyone is doing it. Okay. So intellectually, I could try to force myself into doing it and believing that I believed it. But spiritually, it didn't line up most things. But anyway, guys, I want to keep this video under 20 minutes. It is 19 minutes and 20 seconds and counting. So I'm going to start winding it down. And I just want to remind you guys to be now, be you, be free, and let's build together. Pow! But you have to get these 4 things. If you don't take anything from me or anything from this, just take these 4. Get your thoughts, your emotions, your energy, and your body in alignment. And that is the start, and that is the beginning for the life of your dreams. Whatever you want can come out of that, will come out of that if you get those 4 things in alignment. Till next time, guys, be free.